Sure. Thank you, everyone. So basically, this is the top. Sure, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. So, first of all, I like to take the importance of this topic, why we need to discuss on this overall topic. So, basically, on this overall slide, I like to highlight the word which is called think. So, thinking is the one of the important differentiation between others with the human being, and even the thinking is the one key element how
Excuse me,
the human
Thuraimurugan.
beings are getting differentiated. So, I like to yes. Hello, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am?
Screenshot எடுக்குறேன். Yeah, Thuraimurugan, could you please open your video? Let me take one
Ma'am, am I audible?
screenshot, then
Yes,
we'll
ma'am.
continue. Yeah, Thuraimurugan, it is audible. You just
Sure,
open
ma'am.
your
Ma'am, give me
video
5 minutes time. I'm
because we
facing
have
some.
to take one screenshot.
Sure, ma'am. Give me 5 minutes time, ma'am. There is a network congestion here. I will open the video once it is settled, ma'am. Give me 5 minutes time, ma'am, please.
laptop பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
Ma'am, I will continue with the session now. Give me 5 minutes time. Let me open the
Yeah,
video,
you
ma'am.
continue.
I'll
We'll
do that.
take class.
Sure,
Okay.
sure. Thank you.
Okay.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah,
So,
thank
as
you.
I was telling about the thinking, so what I like to say is that thinking is the one of the key element which differentiates the human being. So why it is CEO? There are so many other biggest positions are there in the overall world. Like we have a prime minister, we have a chief minister, and so many other famous personalities. But no one is saying in the overall conversation that how to think like a prime minister, how to think like a chief minister. That particular question is not even raised anywhere. The reason being over there is CEO is the major terminology which is coordinating all the skillful resources, being it any industry. Where we can take an example of television, or maybe a college, or maybe within ourselves we can be our own CEO. So in our today's session, I'm going to tell, or I would like to say, I'm going to share how I have experienced these kind of thoughts in my life, and how I have learned those things. That is the overall agenda. So coming to the overall presentation today. So today I'm going to talk about the same thinking. So the first perspective what I'm going to give is why this particular thinking is important. And secondly, what are the tools or maybe the famous companies or any MNC company that they have developed in this overall thinking, and what is the model that they have developed. So one of the famous model over in the IT industry is the Tata Business Excellence model. So that I would like to touch upon and brief. And then the last aspect which I'm going to cover in today's session is how to practice those thinking. And every one of us might be wondering over here why I have kept this logo. This is the one of the famous television show where which got ended day before yesterday. Usually it is broadcasted in Vijay TV. We will all call Cook with Komali. I hope every one of us might have seen this overall show. So why I have kept this logo is that this is the practical example in my overall webinar. I like to take and take and explain how they have incorporated this thinking to make the show a grand success. So this is the overall agenda. So to begin with, I like to take some of the inputs. So by seeing this title, I like to hear some inputs. What are the things that you are expecting me to share? That I like to take some inputs, please. Aarti ma'am? Uh,
Yeah,
yes, ma'am.
Thuraimurugan.
It is a question, ma'am. So basically, by seeing this title, what is the expectation that was set from me? I would like to hear some one or two inputs from you also, ma'am. So what did you think that I'm going to share today? That was my question, ma'am. Will it
So
be?
based upon your title,
Yes, ma'am. Based upon my title.
yeah, I thought actually being a personality, so big personality, how we have to think, like as you told, how how we can able to think like a chief minister, how we can able to think like a CEO, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I thought why you have selected this title is because when we are thinking like in like a CEO, so we should understand that what are the things we have to improve, because to work like a CEO, our self actually we have to self motivated, right?
True, ma'am.
So we have to develop ourselves first to become like a CEO. That's what I thought that you are going to tell. How to become like a CEO means how we are going to how we can think like a CEO means how we can able to develop ourselves to become CEO, because that is a very important posting in a company. So
True. True, ma'am. And thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for the wonderful input. So you have actually eased my overall explanation, ma'am. So that is the reason why this particular thinking is important. And adding on to that, what Aarti ma'am had said, I like to say we need to have some measures in order to keep our improvements. So that is the overall perspective on why this thinking is important. So let me go to the second slide. So basically the stakeholders. So okay, as I have mentioned, I will take the same show as an example, which is Cook with Komali. I will just like to take the same show along with the competitors. In the television industry, since past decades, we have so many cookery shows. Even in Vijay TV itself, we had so many cookery shows along with Magesh Bhatt and all the other things. But why this particular show got hit? And it had two seasons, the same set of producers, same set of channels, same set of promotions. What made the overall show a grand hit? I will just give 10 seconds to think over. The basic difference, what I understood is that in the overall stakeholders, when I say stakeholder, the overall team members made the entire differentiations. If we compare the overall cookery shows along with the other television shows, they have focused only on the cookery, what the food they made, how the judge is judging the entire thing, and what are the overall aspect as an output. The entire thing was only food. But in the current show, what they have given as an output is nothing but an experience. When I say experience, that is nothing but a thinking, yeah, out of box thinking which the director had in order to combine the stress free experience along with the cookery show that made the overall show as a hit. So here comes the first aspect in our thinking. Whenever you want to think like a CEO or a managing person, you have to think about the stakeholders on which you are going to revolve around. So here, as I have pointed, executive is none other than the person you. So when you as a person, you have to think about your customers, your shareholders, your regulators, your employees, society, and partners. So these are the overall key element which we need to focus, and we have to understand how to give a justification or a satisfaction to these stakeholders. So one line above, I will again take this show as an example. When I talk about executive here, the this particular thing is nothing but a director of this overall show. The customers are nothing but the audiences. So here the director does not only focus on the audiences, but also the overall society. When I say society, the trend what he had set. When everyone think about a cookery show, everyone thinks about it's only about food. But the entire director, as a CEO of the overall show, he changed the overall trend and he actually added the experience, which is a stress-free experience as a comedy. He added and he made the show a grand success. So when I talk about the data business excellence model, the first pillar of that particular model is balancing stakeholders. Next, I would like to move on the second aspect. So this is the overall framework in which the Tata as an industry entirely works upon. So as an entrepreneur, we need to think what is the overall gap in our society and what am I having in my hand or I can develop as an entrepreneur or as a thing which can bridge between the gap in the society as well as the overall products or maybe a service. Then only we can be a huge hit. So in order to bridge the gap, the TBEM, that is the Tata Business Excellence Framework, is majorly focuses on the seven aspect. So the number one is the leadership of the overall project. Here, you as a own person, as Atima mentioned, you as a own person should improve yourself along with the others. So that is the leadership. And below to you, who are all can be the better leader that you have to incorporate in order to achieve the success. So deciding a very good leadership is the very first key element in order to achieve excellence in any business. The second aspect comes as the strategic planning. So planning means something we are anticipating in the future. For that anticipation, it can be a good one, or maybe risks, or maybe contingencies, or maybe any other aspect. In order for a future happening, today we are planning that particular aspect. So that is called a strategic planning. So this particular planning is very much important. Basically, we need to do three aspects as per this framework. So number one, is it necessary to do that plan? Is it worthy to do that plan? And the third question is there any growth of our business on that particular plan? So that plan can be any business proposals or any product sellings or any other thing. So this planning is the important. So once the plan is made, then we need to talk about the audience. So that is nothing but the customer. So this plan, why this customer focus is kept at third, not at the last, is that if you do not know what the customers need, you will not be able to deliver. So that is the basic principle. They have kept it as number three. So the customer can be from different varieties and different expectations will be there. So how are you going to address a relevant customer with your relevant product or service will bring the business success. So that is the reason the customer focus is there. And how Tata works is that if you think Tata as a whole company, they do have very much presence in everywhere, I could say. So they do have a Tata Salt, even they do have Jaguars. So being from a layman to the top level consumer products, they have their presence. So this is the key differentiator between other companies over there, where the Tata can, even they are surviving at the fittest, and even during the Corona time also, they did not give any big huge loss over there. So the key line is that in this overall model, customer focus means what is your customer needed. Don't give more, don't give less. If you give more, then you have to maintain that standard. But Tata's thumb rule is that what I understood overall my past 6 years experience, over on this Tata group of companies experience, they always tend to give what the customer need. They never give extra or they never give less on that. Once your customer focus is there, then comes your overall knowledge management perspective. So I will take the same Tata concern as an example. In that, a small arm is called as TCS. So basically, TCS has 4 lakh thousand employees as on date, and then the overall thumb rule is to improvise your own skill set. So that is their fourth pillar, that is measurement, analysis, and knowledge management. So how did they do it? If you see the last year, couple of year financial reports, which is published by Infosys, TCS, Cognizant, and CTS, see these are the major competitors for TCS. If we compare the overall performance after Corona period, Tata had not even dropped down their overall profitability. The reason being the fourth element, that is, they usually measure their overall strength and they analyze it, and they are investing on their knowledge management. So being as a TCS employee, even they sponsored me two of the free programs, which is costed around 25,000 bucks. So for 4 lakh thousand employees, they are even doing the same kind of knowledge management and they are improvising their skill set, which they are not seeing it as a loss. But if I compare the same thing with the other companies, I'm keeping TCS on one hand and keeping the other IT industries in the other hand, the overall learning growth, TCS is the benchmark. So that is the fourth pillar, a very important thing for any business to manage their resources. Then comes the workforce focus. So basically, this workforce focus is nothing but the overall type of skilled persons what you have in your company, and how are you going to manage them. How are you going to give a right job to a right person is called the workforce focus. Okay, now I will take this as a simple example for a easy understanding. I will take the show, the same Cook with Komali. So basically, in the workforce, if I differentiate the leadership, the overall show drivers are nothing but their chef judges. Basically, the Venkatesh Bhatt and the chef Damu, they have certain skill set. And second set of workforce is the cooks, where they do from other industries, not even from the same industry what they are looking for. I like to highlight a simple example over here. Like Shakila, we can take as a personality. See, the director as a business person, how did they think? In order to make it as a more attractive, he had chosen Sakila as one of the participants. And on the other hand, even he had brought in so many other Komalis which got a hit from the previous seasons also. So this is the positioning. Whenever we want to position some business or to make it as attractive, we need to make a differentiator over there. So what I observed in that particular show is that Shakila is a differentiated personality all the years, but after this show, she had a differentiated personality over here also. So this shows the directors good workforce focus over there. Now I'll take the same example to a corporate. Now I'll take example of Tata as a TCS as a concern. Now Tata's company, if you see the overall history, who has managed Tata. So after Ratan Tata, there was a family member, Mystery had taken over, and after him now Mr. Chandrasekharan is the overall Tata Group owners. If I take that as an example, if I come to one line down, Mr. Raja is the overall CFO. Earlier he had the position, and now he is acting as a CEO of the overall concern. So whenever there is a broad mindset of business peoples are there, the differentiator skill sets are getting used over here. So had it been a CFO, now he is a CEO in TCS. He had worked upon his skill set to improve the profitability, which really helped on the overall TCS growth. This is called as the workforce focus, which I observed. So once your workforce is set, now comes to the operations. So operations plays the overall key for any business. So whenever we getting through any operations, the process, key performance indicators, and the output are the major key things. So in any organization, or maybe I can take this to our personality things also for any personality development as well. Whatever the day-to-day operations that we are doing is also a important key. So in this particular thing, this pillar, even I can say that we can apply it to our self development also. You may ask me why, because this is a business framework. How this can be implemented in my personality development or in any day-to-day development is that I can give a simple example. So your normal operations, usually someone will be getting it in the, let's say, 8 a.m. in the morning. Then he have his day-to-day works for 1 or 2 hours. Then he takes lunch, sleeps for 3 hours. Then this is the daily routine. So if you keenly watch your operations on how, what are the things that you are doing, what is the waste that you are going to on day-to-day basis you are doing. If you can improvise on that, then your overall personality also can be developed. This is the sixth pillar, and the final comes as the business results. So once starting from number 1 to 6 is properly sent and in synchronization, or automatically your business results will be a cakewalk for you. The good example is that you might have seen so many airlines which got dragged down because of these corona issues, but still the Indigo or maybe the low level airlines are maintaining their overall fleet. They have not even shut down their overall operations. Now they are running. I will take an example of Jet Airways as an example, which I will have to compare with Indigo. So the Jet Airways business model was weak on this operation focus, and even the workforce also they did not maintain well. So you may ask me how did I know it? Because in my past experience from Tata, I had delivered one application over there where I had done this excellence framework implementation over there. There I came to know about these things. So when I compare this Jet Airways and Indigo's mode of operation, Jet Airways, the key differentiator, they are not a low cost carriers. Indigo is a low cost carrier where their operation focus is very huge. They had maintained a very low profitability and they made a huge fleet. But in the other hand, Jet Airways, their operation focus in order to achieve good profitability, where they had huge investments and all the fleet operations and all those things, their overall gap fixation was not there. That is the reason when Corona had totally taken over, Indigo was able to manage their fleet, but Jet Airways could not. Even they had to sell their flights and all those aspects. Their entire business results got drowned. So this is the overall thing. Okay. So now I had highlighted some of the numbers over here. So this is the one of the approach or industry standard which everyone might be aware of. So this Tata Business Excellence Framework is the benchmark set by the industry to analyze any of the companies. The maximum point for that particular analysis is 1,000 points, and each and every step, if you are a star performer or the rank one holder, then you may achieve these respective points. For example, if your leadership is in the top one, then you will be having 120 points altogether. So this is the overall excellence framework. So I'm stopping here. Any doubts or any clarification on this slide, please ask.
So students, participants, if you're having any doubt, kindly ask.
Sure, may I proceed, ma'am? If no questions.
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah,
thank you.
you can proceed.
Okay. Now, I like to ask some of the examples from the students as well, ma'am, with your permission. So, what do you think are world-class companies? One or two inputs, please, ma'am, from the students or from the staffs and respected members also, ma'am. Uh,
So anyone kindly answer.
okay, sure. So, basically, what do you mean by world-class? How are we going to define that as a world-class? Any industry you can take and give your examples, one or two names.
Students,
Sir, international companies.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Any names, example names?
Sir, Apple, Google.
Okay, thank you. Okay, think differently. I will just put the
Colgate-based.
perspective in a different manner. Just imagine your kitchen. Can you find some world-class companies in your kitchen?
Can I say Colgate-based?
Exactly, right. Good. Or maybe your day-to-day activities, the daily you draw some things. So think from your home or house. I'm sorry, I missed it.
Horlicks, Boost.
Horlicks, yes. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm changing the perspective in a different manner. Think like your mother. Okay. So imagine like as if you are the mother for her, which is a world-class company. Again, same kitchen. Okay, fine. So considering the time being, I will take a coffee as a simple example. Okay. So in coffee, we do have so many brands, like Brew we have, Narasus we have, Sunrise we have, and all the other XYZ brands we have. Suppose, just think as an example, your mother gives you, let's say, 100 rupees and asks you to buy Brew. And then in the shop, Brew is not there. You are going to get some Sunrise. Will your mother accept it or will her scold you? So basically, we'll all get scolded, right? So basically, world class is nothing but a perspective how the industry is getting set and how are we measuring it. Okay, as I have mentioned, we'll start from the kitchen. Our mother is not a experienced person or maybe a layman. What she thinks is that based on her experience, let's say we'll take an example as a brew. Brew is the best world class coffee powder in the world. So which I'm going to buy it. That is a set they have set. So this is the thinking. So being a CEO, you have to make that trend and a mindset in your customers. So why I have put in this slide and asked these many questions is that first of all, you have to think from the customer's view that what I need and how this particular product, what I'm having or a service in my hand, I can make it as a better satisfaction thing for the customer. So this is the mindset that we have that we need to develop. And in order to develop that, how we can achieve it, how the organizations are achieving it. So this is the overall thing. I will take a very huge I will take a government sector industries as one hand and the private sector industries on the other hand. Okay, so key differentiators between these two industries or these two companies are how they are handling the individuals or the employees as a customer base. Let us take some of the nationalized banks, which is we have in our overall thing. How do they handle their customers as a individuals? And let me take the privatized banks, let's say ICICI, Axis, and XYZ banks. How do they handle their overall individuals? That makes the overall business differentiator, and they are having a better customer base along with the excellence. So the first thing are they are not a world class professionals, but they think that they are the world class professionals. How are they building it? Once they think that they are the world class professionals and they treat their each one of their customers as world class professionals, then they are able to build the world class organizations. So in order to achieve any of the overall step or to position anything, treat every individual as a world-class professionals for you, and that is the mindset you should have and deliver what you have with a maximum satisfaction. This is one of the excellence tool which Tata is using. I will give a good examples over here. Say over the Ratan Tata's period and now in the current overall thing, if you go to any of the customer places, Tata means that is a brand they have built in, and starting from the overall FMCG products, car manufacturers, or steels, their thumb rule is to treat your middle class your customers as a professionals. Don't treat them as a layman. That is a thumb rule to the salesperson they taught, and that is the reason they are the middle class leader over here. So I will move on to the another aspect. So how can we define a quality? Is there any tool that we can measure quality? And can I say quality work means quality service? Okay. So I will take restaurant chain as an example. We usually go to Talapakati biryani houses are there, okay, and we do have a local roadside biryani shops are there, okay. Where do you think the quality is there? Both of them are serving, both of them are using the same ingredients, both of them are taking the chicken from the same vendor. The entire taste is good, but for us, when I say quality, we as a again the age set people mind differs. Students will usually go to the roadside shops, biryani stores, where they will get the biryanis and eat. But when if there is any huge house function or any of the corporate meeting, we never go to roadside stops. Why? Are they not providing good taste in the food? No. The basic difference is the service how they are delivering. So as a CEO thinking, if you think that, or as a owner thing, if you think that your work has a quality, if you are failing to deliver in a quality manner, then your entire work goes as a waste. So this is another fourth thumb rule you have to keep. Quality work doesn't mean quality service. So whenever you want to learn something, you relate to your local examples, then you will be able to differentiate your services. Same example I can take in the banking industry. Go to any nationalized bank or go to any privatized bank, how the service differs. Or maybe as a simple thing, I can say, go to any cafe day. As in order to, if you want to drink a coffee or something, go to cafe day. How we are going to get a coffee, and go to small tea shops. How we are going to get a coffee. But always there is a money factor to it. A coffee which I can buy for 20 rupees in a normal shop, in cafe day I have to pay 200 rupees. Why? The service cost added to it. So whenever as a CEO, if you want to position something as a service, if you want to position something, your service cost is the nominal figure which will differentiate from the others. This is the thumb line. Okay. Till this time, what we have done is that we have learned about business excellence models and the pillars, how the quality, how we are going to service, how we are going to deliver, and all those aspects we learned. Now comes to the very important question: how we are going to measure your activities, or how we are going to measure your overall actions. So the key term, what we call in the industry, in my team, I implemented and I made a huge success is that say-do ratio we'll call. So what do you mean by a say-do ratio? Suppose I will take a simple example. As a personality, my commitment is to wake up in 6 a.m. in the morning. So usually I put a chart for a month. I will note down all the timings. So maybe for 10 days, I woke up at 6:30. For another 10 days, I woke up at 6:15. Another 10 days, I woke up at 6 a.m. So if I take the average, how much I have committed, how much I have achieved. So this is called as your say-do ratio. And whatever process, even for your personality development, whatever it could be, apply this say-do ratio concept, which will make yourself as a measurable item, and then you can improvise on your overall thing. So basically, you have to, first of all, as an individual, you have to create your own brand in your mind. So that is the reason a carrying image should be there as a substantiative reality. Okay, I will take an example. As a famous personalities, I will take two persons. Let's say I will take Rajini as a one hand as a personality and Simbu as another hand as a personality. And by going through all the public newses, who is the timely person? I'm not, I'm not in favor of Rajini, I'm not in favor of Simbu, but how are they projecting to the public? Right? That is very much important. The same manner as a CEO mindset person or as a business ownership person, how we are projecting yourself, starting from your hair combing till your the dress, the way you speak, will create an image as a carrying image, which should be substantiated with your reality. Okay, this is the very much important thing. And whenever you do this as a tool, you have to remember a thing called KPI. It is not KPY. Okay, Kalakapavadi R, it's not that. It's a KPI, key performance indicators. So why this is important? I will take a lively example over here. So since from beginning we are discussing this show as example, Cook with Komali. Okay, just assume that the director is a CEO. He want to sell this product as a service to the client through the medium called Vijay TV as a television. So every business person need a medium to deliver, like an agent or maybe a shop or maybe of the digital mediums, and so many XYZ things are there. For our easy understanding, let us take this as a show. How the director thought, what are the business results that he wanted to achieve? Number one, target. The target is nothing but his overall audience thing. The overall, the target they will call it as a TRP rating. They will call that is a target number one. And number two, trend. He want to make a trend setting overall his episodes. Even a short clip made a page huge viral. And the another business result what he wanted to bring in based on my analysis is that he wanted to compare with the other cookery show, and then he wanted to be a benchmark in the overall cookery show industry. So these are the four key results he wanted to achieve. So how did they achieve it? So this is the process he followed. So this is purely based on my analysis. If any questions or clarifications, please let me know. I will happy to hear that on the overall things. So based on my business point of view analysis with this show, first of all, he made an approach. The what is approach? He actually combined the overall cookery show along with the stress-free environment. He incorporated the comedy and he properly chosen the stakeholders, which we discussed in the very first slide. And on that stakeholders, he identified the skills, what are the things that he need to highlight, and entirely he made an approach on season one. Then he deployed it. He had a huge perfect deployment along with the chefs and all those things. Then on season two, he learned it. If you compare season one and season two, the season two is the huge hit. You can say that, and there are so many other viral things were there, and so many other huge hits were there. So he learned it, and also in season two and season one, he combined it and he improved and integrated. I will take a simple one-liner. If you compare season one, Vanita was the overall title winner, and along with Bala was the overall person who helped him as a Komali, and Bala did not get any reward. But in this season, the entire show has been rewarded, even Cook along with the Komalis. There was a huge comment why Komalis are not getting as a learning perspective. He learned as a CEO, the director, and then he improvised on the overall thing. So this is the overall process and approach the Cook with Komali had done. The same thing we can apply for any other businesses. So the key concept are ADLI, approach, deploy, learning, and improve and integrate. So if you do that, and this is the target and compare benchmark. Okay, the same example I like to compare for the MNC, that is Tata, which I can take. So during the initial acquisitions, Vistara is a huge example I would like to give. In the earlier centuries, during Indira Gandhi period and all, please correct me if the timeline is wrong. Based on my understanding, even Tata wanted to enter into the airline businesses. Okay, but there were a huge what you call bottleneck from the government and so many other corporate players not to enter into that. So what they had done, they had clearly understood the approach, how we need to do, and now they have a Vistara in their hand. Even this is a famous case study. You can Google in how the Tata has actually taken Vistara in hand. That is one of the things. And another example I like to give, Ford and Tata. Okay, there was a huge story which happened between Ratan Tata and Ford. When Ratan Tata had launched the motors company, it was a huge loss. I could give an example as a Nano. It was a huge loss, and Tata wanted to diversify this overall thing, and he went and made a talk with Ford CEO also. So that time the talk was not good, and then he sat back and he realized he actually handhold those things, and now he actually acquired a Jaguar also. So this is how the overall leaders they think in this overall perspective, and I'm requesting everyone to deploy or maybe to apply these concept in your day-to-day life also to improve yourself as well. So when we talk about benchmark, so how did they set? So basically, on the earlier slide, we spoke about the KPI. Like this is the standard I have kept in, and then I am achieving. So far as a CEO mentality person, you have to develop yourself. You have to develop your individual things. For example, set a achievable goals. Basically, for example, usually I will wake up at 8 a.m. in the morning. Just try to wake up 7 a.m. in the morning. Don't say 4 a.m. and all as a not achievable goals. So use a benchmark to track your own performance. And the another aspect is you have to understand your internal and external factors. Probably you might be having go to any other jobs or some of the external factors will be there. You analyze it and then apply in your overall improvements on your benchmark chart. So having said that, so these are the three things which I like to highlight in my overall presentation. Just think who is your benchmark. Take a personality. It can be your dad, it can be your mother, or any other personality. So what is the better thing that you can learn from them as a learning person? What is the best thing you can learn from them? And then when you will become the benchmark for others. So as a simple thing, what I can say from your family, just try to understand the personalities of your family and try to learn at least one thing from them and make it as a benchmark, and you can be your own benchmark. So having said that, this is the last content which I like to say. Egg, by seeing this, what is the impression we are getting? And this is a good motivation thing which everyone are telling. The line says, if the egg is broken from inside, that is the ray for life. If it is broken from outside, it is the demon for the life. So you are the egg now. You identify your inner potential through your thinking, through right tools, through right examples, and break from inside. Then you can be a life ray for your whole development. So that's it. I like to settle by having the quote, settle nothing for the benchmarks. So with this, I like to end my overall presentation. Any questions or queries, I'm happy to answer that. Aarti ma'am, over to you, please, ma'am.
Thank you, Durai Murugan. Very excellent presentation.
Thank
I
you,
think
ma'am.
I didn't expect, even I learned a lot of things from this presentation. Actually, you presented the content is exactly the business point of view. So
Right,
how
ma'am.
we can able to improve our business, like how we can able to develop our business, what are all the things, what are all the even a single key note points to be concentrated for doing business in better and best manner. Okay, and lot of inputs we got. Actually, being a business analyst in Tata, you have given so many informations regarding your business point of view. It was very
Thank you.
excellent. I'm very proud to have such a student like you.
Yes, sir.
And
Thank you so much, ma'am.
other participants, students, do you have any doubt? Students, do you have any doubt? Do you have any doubt? Kindly ask any. At least any one question from students. Give the regarding the successful of the particular show. So many inputs we receive, and I at least any one query is from student point of view. Anyone? No doubts at all.
Okay, anyway, thank
Sure.
you. Thank you, Dare Murugan. Very, I can't able to say.
It
Actually,
is
it
nice.
was very, and
Sure.
need more and more
Definitely.
in, in future also. Like so many programs we want to
Sure, ma'am.
arrange from side, like so many workshops, so many seminars from business point of view and other. Actually, it is not only like a business point of business talk. It was like a motivational talk also.
Yes, ma'am.
So we need more programs from your side.
Definitely. It is my
Um,
pleasure, ma'am.
yes, yes, being a student of this institution, so I'm very much proud to have a student like you. And thank you so much. Arun Kumar sir, kindly give the vote of thanks, sir. Ma Arun Kumar sir. Intara?
Thank you, Dore Murugan,
Thank
for
you,
your
sir.
wonderful speech. First of all, I thank you for first accepting our invitation and ready for giving your speech. We didn't expect your explanation like this.
My pleasure, sir.
Thank you. This is
My
very
pleasure.
nice. Thank you, Dore Murugan. Students, do you have any doubt? No, any doubt at all? Okay, so I thank our management and correspondent, sir. Second correspondent, sir, Professor Baladandapani, sir. Our principal, Dr. C. Venkatesan, sir, and our IQC coordinator and EDC coordinator, sir, and all department heads and faculty members for giving this opportunity to handle this program. Thank you. Thank you, Dore Murugan.
My pleasure. I'd like to thank all the oral management and the very energetic participants to patiently listen my words. And thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Dore Murugan.